Okay, 16.2, number 1 and 4. Let's see. Okay, there we go. There's your first one. Okay, so at 1A, the radius was 83 centimeters. So they wanted you to get the area and perimeter. So the first one that I did here was the perimeter. So 2 pi 83, and that gave me 521,50 centimeters. Then the next one is the area. So I'm going to say pi times 83 squared. And then I get 21642,43 centimeters squared. Please remember about the units when it is area. Okay. Then at B, they gave you the diameter, which was 257 centimeters. But we need the radius. So radius would be the diameter divided by 2. That's what I'm doing here. What I am doing here. Yeah. You have to show that. No. Even if you just used it in here, I could still give you your mark. Okay? I'm just showing how I got to that. Okay, so if I divide it by 2, it means it's going to be 128,5 millimeters. So then to get the perimeter, I said 2 pi times 128,5, and that gave me 807,39 millimeters. Okay, any questions there? No, can I skip? No. Hands up, who's still copying? Okay, maybe I'm not joking. So says I'm super cute. Okay, that's easy funny now. But yes? You didn't do area.
No, I did 521,50 centimeters to go to.
No.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, it wasn't.
No. You can't just say to get area, we take the perimeter and then say to the power of 2. We can't do that. You've got to go and substitute into the equation again. Okay, so you've got to use that equation for area. Malcolm, did you see? You've got to use that equation. Okay. Hold on, yeah? Circumference and perimeter is the same thing. And the equation there is 2 times pi radius and 2 times for B. Then you can't use diameter now. Wait, can I go back? Over here, the equation was 2 pi radius. Right? Okay, now if you just look at, 2 times radius would be diameter. So that's why sometimes they would say pi times diameter. Okay, but it's just because the 2 times pi is actually the diameter. But over here, radius squared is not going to give you diameter. So you can't use diameter when you do area. So that's why I didn't even talk about that equation. I stick to the general one of 2 pi radius and pi radius squared.
Because I did get the area and stuff like that. Because in my head it was like, oh, the diameter is the area.
Yeah. Yes. Is what? 807. No, there is nothing under there. Okay. Can I skip? Right, hands up who else is still copying. Okay, so then we also had to get the area. Phones away, please. We also had to get the area of that circle. So pi radius squared. So pi times 128,5 squared. And that gave me this answer. Please remember your units must also be squared. Okay? Any questions there? Then at 2A, That was about the athlete. Am I right? Okay. So this athlete now has to jog around the. Thanks. Okay, so this is about the athlete running around the court or the barn with a radius of 88 meters. So 2 times pi times 88, and that gave me 552, 552.92 meters, but they specifically said round it off to the nearest meter. No. Okay, give your answer to the nearest meter. So then we've got to go and look at that first decimal and what the hell was I? Where was that now?
92, man. Actually, 92. No, 92. 92. It was 92, man.
Was it like that?
Yes, man.
Okay, so because the first decimal being a 9, I had to round it up, and then it becomes 553 meters. Okay. Then at B, they said as part of her training, she needs to run 12 kilometers on the track. How many circuits of the track will she have to run? Okay, so I'm going to take the track and then I'm going to divide it by the perimeter. So okay, so the 12 kilometers, I can't say 12 kilometers and then divide it by meters. So you will see that the 12 kilometers, I first also converted it to be meters. Now, how many meters in 1 kilometer? 1,000. So instead of 12 kilometers, I talked about 12,000 meters. And then said divide it by the perimeter of that circle. And you'll see I didn't use the rounded off one. Yeah? Oh, okay. If you use the rounded off one, how much do you get here? Okay. Right. So if you did use the rounded off one, at the end you would get the same. But I used the original, and that then gave me 21,7029 times. Now, they specifically said give your answer to one decimal place. So I'm going to look at the second decimal, which was 0. So it means the first decimal is going to say the same. So she's going to run around that track 21,7 times. Yeah, it is a lot. I would much rather go run on the open road. Yeah. And I say, no, you didn't have to say that. That first part I just wrote down to explain. Okay. And you were asking how would you know where the 7 would be? When we want to convert that's 7 times. So to know how far around the track, you're going to take the track itself, meaning that 552,92, and then times 0,7.
Why would you go through that much just to
No.
I'm not like thinking.
Yeah. No, she was just asking. So they'll probably make it 22 times. Okay, can I skip? Right, then at number 3 it says, David wants to cut a circular tabletop from a square piece of wood that has sides of 1,800 millimeters. What is the area of the largest circular top that he can cut from the wood? Give your answer in square meters to 2 decimal places. So, you said that if this is 1,800, then it means the diameter of that circle will also be 1,800, right? But that's the diameter. So to get the radius, I'm going to say divide that by 2, meaning 900 millimeters. Now, the answer they want in terms of square meters. So what I did is I first converted that millimeters to meters. So I got 0,9 meters. And then I can go and work out. The area would be pi times radius squared, so pi times 0,9 squared, which gives me this. And then they said round it off to 2 decimal places, so I've got to look at that third one. And because that was a 4, it means that the second decimal will stay exactly like it was. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because the diameter over here, the diameter is 1,800. And for the equation, I only need the radius. And radius is half of the diameter.
And can you not do the full sum and then just divide it by
Yes, yes, you buy it, eh? Say
Can
again?
you not just do the whole thing and then divide it by 2?
Yeah.
Still won't be the same.
Yeah, but, yeah.
I'm watching, you're still gonna get the same.
Yes, but remember, it's now grade 8, no? So it's going to get more difficult, so rather stick with a formula. Okay. Okay, so to get back to you, radius would be... Radius would be from here to there, no? And again from there to here. So if that was 900, if that whole thing was 1,800, and I only need half of it, that's why I say 1,800 divided by 2 to get the 900. So this is 900, and that's 900. So together, that full line would give me 1,800. Are you okay? Yes.
I honestly didn't think about that wrong because I first couldn't break into meters, so I did put everything in the meters.
Okay, then number 4. A goat is tied to a post by a rope. The rope measures 6 meters. Calculate the area of grass that the goat can reach to the nearest square meter. So this is basically what it looks like. There's the post and there's the rope for the goat. Okay? So now this goat can walk right around the post. So that's why my radius would be seen as 6 meters. No. So to get the area, I'm going to say pi times radius squared. So pi times 6 squared. And that gives me 113,097 and a lot more decimals. But they wanted me to round it off to the nearest meter. So I'm going to look at that first decimal. And because it's a 0, it means I'm going to say it would stay 113 square meters. No, you could have skipped directly to that. Okay. Any questions? You guys sure? Okay, so that then concludes chapter 16. We are now going to chapter 23. This is your second last. We're going to do 23 and then 24 and then we're done. And you still got 2 weeks left, no? Okay.